So as some of you may already know, there's a bunch of drama going on between H3 and Keemstar right now. Basically, H3 just came out of nowhere with this big long content cop for Keemstar, just all of this built up anger that he's had about him over the years, and basically just hitting him with all that he's got. And then of course you have the response from Keemstar, and so now it's just turned into one giant YouTube battle. Now I'm not here to say who's right or wrong in all this. I mean, to be honest, they've both done quite a few scummy things in the past, and there've been lots of content cop type videos all over YouTube for a long time. But there's something about this new content nuke that H3 just put out that's actually very dangerous for the future of YouTube. And that is when he brought this up.
How is GFuel still sponsor this guy, by the way? GFuel brought to you by false pedophilia accusations. Chug it, GFuel. And I also, if I recall correctly, the interview brought to you by the SWAT murder was also sponsored by GFuel. Use code KEEM for 10% off of your life expectancy.
Which then led to this in Keemstar's response.
And because of all the hate that GFuel recently got from your stupid video, I got in contact with them. I'm no longer with GFuel anymore. I walked away. They don't deserve to have hate because of our beef.
Now on face value, I can understand this. You know, somebody did something really bad. You'd think that a brand doesn't really want to associate with something like that. But I think it sets a really bad standard on YouTube to go after people's sponsors like this. So remember a couple years ago when a bunch of the big brands pulled out, we had the adpocalypse on YouTube. They didn't want to associate their brands with certain types of content. And this was met by a pretty reasonable response by the YouTube community saying, come on guys, everybody knows that just because your ad appears at the start of the video doesn't necessarily mean you endorse everything that's in the video. If I see a Coca-Cola ad in front of a J-Station video, I know you guys don't actually like the guy. And this has been kind of a big battle that YouTubers have had to face for the last few years. Well, now what do you think is going to happen when every time there's drama associated with somebody on the platform, you get a whole mob of people going to attack that person's sponsors in hopes that that person gets their contract canceled? You know, it's going to lead to these sponsors thinking, well, I don't want to sponsor any commentary YouTubers now because they like getting into drama, they like fighting with each other, they like doing things that get them haters, which will end up backfiring and coming after us. So we're no longer going to be sponsoring any kind of commentary content or anything remotely controversial that could even be demonetized. So while most YouTubers have been fighting with this broken demonetization bot for the past few years, if we make it a standard to go cancel somebody and get rid of all of their sponsors every time they do something slightly controversial, then you're really just shooting yourself in the foot, and you're just going to ruin it for everybody. Now as for content cop videos themselves, I really don't have a problem with them. I was a really big fan of all of iDubbbz's videos like that, and I think it's actually very healthy for the platform when you have other YouTubers calling out each other for things that they've done. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of people on this platform that I really don't like and that I would never watch myself. But I kind of like the whole atmosphere of, like, you have the good guys on YouTube and you have the bad guys on YouTube, and sometimes there's drama between them. You know, it keeps YouTube interesting, at least. Because honestly, I feel like YouTube's been kind of in a boring spot for the past year or so. Everybody's had such a heavy hand from YouTube just hovering over them for so long that nobody wants to do anything controversial. Everyone's afraid of getting canceled or demonetized or having their channel deleted. And so I'm fine with drama from time to time as long as it just, you know, doesn't push it too far. You know, I'll probably never even reach the point where I'm getting sponsors for my own videos, but I definitely don't want it to get ruined for everybody.